segue into that.
Nasty.
Now now we can get into the mustard of the game.
I would like some bonus XP for that joke.
One.
Well, that means so much at our current level.
It's okay. Okay. 10. I have now added 10 to this mission's XP.
Ooh.
It is literally on the screen. No one can change it. Especially after I save it, no one can change it. Okay. Well. Where we last left off, there was a bit of travel time. As you sailed to the area that was allegedly terrorist domain, and you had seen a city amongst a bathing of lava and spires of unmelting ice. A bizarre combination of things which should not be able to coexist for very long. But nevertheless, as mentioned, there is a city amongst this terrain where a particular kind of individual could be seen via the power of spyglass or other ocular enhancements.
Well, Thomas hasn't seen any of it because he was in the brig.
Yeah. I approve.
I imagine the brig is not very difficult to get out of.
Nope, he's not going to be trying to get out of the brig.
Really?
He's go-
I mean, with your
No.
skill, it should be pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I mean, and in fact, the funniest thing is that Kami would know that Thomas could get out of it very easily.
It's
Thomas is going
defensible, it doesn't
to
matter.
Thomas is going to very adamantly sit in the brig, like sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce if anyone comes looking, and probably not eat anything for a couple days. And then when he does eat, just like the bare minimum.
Her reply would be, they go, Captain, he's not eating. And then she'll be like, well, he can stand to lose a few pounds. But she'll say it with a very nice smile.
Something I do want to point out out of game is keep in mind now, Sierra, the precedent that has been set.
For him being in the brig?
Yep.
For using
yeah,
Mark
yeah.
mode in this way.
I would like to clarify, as a player, just so that we aren't going to make this precedent. I am actively choosing to be in the brig.
I say the player is agreeing, not that So technically, Mark mode was not violated due to player permission.
Well, as I recall when we last discussed this, I believe ultimately what I said is you kind of go up to the point to crossing the threshold, and then the character becomes active.
Yeah.
Yeah. But player is because I realize Thomas is like mentally broken. So he doesn't want to do anything. So it kind of fits that he would just like let Kami lead him to the brig.
Well, Kami wouldn't have let him, but she would have had somebody lead him. But yeah.
Well, it would be a 9-day sail.
Wait, hold on. Kami doesn't subscribe to let he who passeth judgment swing the sword?
No, because Kami has other things to do now that she's back on her ship, like making sure everything's in tip-top shape and et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
Like, she doesn't even spare Thomas like anything other than take him to the brig, and then she turns and just goes off and does what she needs to do.
Huh.
You said 9 days, David?
Yes. I have concerns about the character's health if he's not really eating.
No. I said he would eat, like, the minimum he needs to stay alive.
Okay.
I'm happy to take a voluntary exhaustion if you want.
Yeah, because if you're barely sustaining yourself, that still isn't exactly healthy.
Yep. Well, let me rephrase. I'm willing to leave the exhaustion level that I have.
It's like, I'm not doing enough to remove it, but I'm not doing enough to make it worse.
Yeah.
Okay. We definitely know what Tarlean is doing for those 9 days. It sounds like Kami is being a rigorous captain for what, about 9 days, or is she going to be doing other things?
Yeah, she's gonna be doing other things. She's just been off the boat for a while, so she's playing catch up, making sure everything's in tip top shape. She's not gonna be riding them any harder than she normally does.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course that stuff. Fuck.
Did you cut off there?
Nope, that was it.
Good. Aros, anything that you're going to be doing for the next nine sale days?
Figure out exactly everything that has occurred between Blue, what Keegan and I really are, and that's really about it. Just contemplation.
Okay. Rolf?
Well, let's see. Part of this time is obviously going to be spent trying to assess how much damage control needs to be done. Not sure what I can do for Thomas until he's willing to until he's clearly in a headspace that he's actually able to talk, because if he's sitting down there doing his thing, it's like, okay, no, that dude needs a minute. Aside from making sure food is still going down there, we're just going to give him a... working on
She's cruel when she wants to be, but she's not that cruel.
Well, I understand that. Let's see. Obviously, still working on Thread. That's almost finished. And probably spending a good chunk of the time assessing and working on restoring Karen's boat, since that's going to take some time. Because I know it did. Nothing else. It took some damage while we were on the river, and I don't know, just due to lack of maintenance, what may need to be done for disrepair.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you guys essentially kind of had it rigged to your.
That's part of what I'm trying to figure out. Given the size of the boat, we can't easily hang it off the side like you would a rowboat.
Yeah.
Without it looking like that one ship from 16. Yeah. So part of this we have to clear with the captain regardless. Is like our two best options are either hang it off the back to, at which point we have to move cargo to the front of the ship to rebalance the load so the ship doesn't tip, which is doable. Or alternatively, we rig a tow line and just kind of pull it behind us.
The tow line was my first thought, but yeah, ultimately it is the captain's decision.
I like hanging it off the back.
So hanging it off the back requires a little bit more work, just because we got to redistribute weight on the with the cargo and everything, but we can do that.
Do I have a balcony to my captain's quarters?
I don't know. It's your boat. Do you? If you do, we'd want to hang it so it's hanging below that, just to minimize weight shift.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say, let's just do away with the balcony and put the boat in its place.
Doing away with the balcony, I think, would require us to pull into a yard or something, because that's a little bit more complicated.
Here, I got a,
I'm not saying we can't do that, I just think that would require a pit stop somewhere. I don't think I can do that while we're sailing.
Just to give you an idea of the ship. I swear it's there. There we go.
Look, according to the map, doesn't look like Captain's Cabin does. You have a nice
How
window.
big is the boat?
That's it. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's say, because this would be your office, presumably.
Okay, I mean, well...
Which would presumably make this your bedroom.
So are we going to... We're going to have to dock anyway, correct?
When we get to where we're going, yes, but I don't know if they have a shipyard facility there. Tara might be able to answer that.
Yeah, we can easily ask her. If not, if there's one on the way, why don't we just make a pit stop?
And true.
But again, looking at the map, it doesn't look like you have a balcony for us to worry about, so we could just, hang it off the back, no problem.
Yeah, in terms of on
why
the
are we
way,
taking the boat?
Because she wanted to take the boat with us. But yeah, since you don't actually have a balcony according to that map, I don't think we'd actually need a shipyard.
You could also split some of the crew off and just crew the second boat.
You can also just technically tow the boat.
Well, that's what we initially said, was we either have to hang it off the back or tow it. She wants to hang it off the back. And given the type of boat it is, it's not exactly designed for long-term voyaging, so I don't know if putting crew on there would actually be a good idea.
Yeah. No, I wasn't thinking of putting crew on there anyway, so
well, that was in response to that.
Oh, okay.
Burial was a trade port. Other than that, I mean, the ruins of Cardinal can't help you.
Yeah. Again, like I said, there's no, according to the map, there's no balcony, so it shouldn't be a problem. We wouldn't actually need the shipyard if we're just hanging it off the back.
Okay. Okay. In terms of where you're going, I know I gave the description earlier in terms of the area around it. It is a impossible combination of seawater going to ice and lava mix.
Because fantasy. Also, a random chick standing on top of a volcano that looks like she might be a black robe.
I don't think there's really any might to that one.
Well, I mean, she could be like a black mage or somebody who's dressed in black, or she could be an actual like black robe cultist. We don't. And that was more my thing. If we don't know what type of black that is.
There is a
She could just be a big titty goth girl.
Anyways, I didn't think the. As I say, I didn't think the tits were that big.
I'd say she almost looked more like a goth lolly type.
Eh, that's a lot of robe.
I just wanted the chance to say big titty goth girl.
Hmm.
So. Mm.
No, I have a concern about that finger count. Okay.
Apparently her tits are in a brassiere of holding.
They are very loose robes.
But what's going on is the underlayer of robe is wound really tight, and to allow the outer layers just to just hang loose. But the question is a matter of navigation. Since I am aware that the Narnia has the ability to ground skim.
Yep.
Although ground skimming in this case would entail ice and or lava.
Well, we landed her on the ice last time. We know she can do that. But that's up to the captain how close she wants to get.
How close did we get last time?
Last time we got it like right up to the cliff face.
Mind you, those are icy cliff faces, not.
Not, lava, ice and lava.
Okay. Yeah, let's just get as close as we can without, killing anybody.
Well, then the question becomes, do you want to follow what waterways exist, or are you wanting to have the boat go to hover and try to traverse the ice and lava?
Yeah, I feel very... Wait, no. What's quicker? Doing it that way or taking it on foot?
Quicker would be to hover.
Okay, then we will hover, because the quicker we get this over with, the better we can continue on with the quest, and the faster I can put Thomas out of his misery.
That's ominous.
Yeah.
Put Thomas out of his misery. I'm going to have to have a side session of plausible deniability so I can say PvP may have happened in the side section.
But we don't know.
All we know is that the Thomas, Tarblane, and Orkami never came back to the next section.
I think Thomas might beat Kami, only because Thomas would actually use his crystal powers, whereas Kami won't tap those.
Well, Kami can't use her crystal powers because she doesn't know what they do.
Yeah.
I have three comments. One, two, heavy thrust. Three, I don't think you can win in a battle to the death.
Well, nobody wins in a battle to the death.
No. Remember, because we have a Demona Macbeth thing going on.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. And then I can also shunt half my damage to Sammy.
Well, see, I don't think Thomas would attack you. Like, if it came down to a battle to the death, Thomas would just defend. He would not do damage to you.
I suggest using the Mafaba.
Yeah, he doesn't have that spell.
No Mafaba? Oh.
I do.
Can we get a muffin spell so that somebody could just make muffins?
The cleric has that spell.
Yeah, it's called Create Food.
Mm.
But in terms of traversing the way that you're going to traverse, I will need a water vehicle piloting roll. This would be your choice of dexterity or wisdom based. Whether you're wanting to rely on perceptions or sharp perceptions or daring maneuvering.
Hold on, let me look and see what skill is better.
Under tool proficiencies, you'd be looking for water vehicles.
I'll
laugh if you don't have it.
I thought I did have it, but it's apparently not on my. Oh wait, no, I do. Here we go. Is
So,
that
yeah,
okay?
I guarantee you have it.
I was like, I know I had it, but I didn't see it.
That's why the
I
captain
found
has delegates.
I mean, some people do that. It's like the captain's like, yeah, I make the decisions, but somebody else, that's why I have a navigator. They navigate.
Would you say I get to pick what skill to use?
You get to pick which attribute to use.
And it was wisdom and intelligence?
Wisdom or dexterity. Representing either relying on your perception or relying on daring maneuvering.
We'll go the other route. Also, while what dice set is this?
What is this? What is this?
My snake dice. Oh, cool! I found them.
D20, if that's your question.
No, she was looking at what dice she had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm using a different dice box today.
Ooh.
Because I am in my room. And I had a pouch of dice, and I opened it, and it's like the reptile skin, snake skin.
Kara's excited. I thought you were talking about Pliskin.
But she'd probably be. No, she'll do perception based because of her crewmen.
So wisdom based.
But I also want to put the tagline in it that over the course of the 9 days, at some point, Kami would have made muffins for her crew, and specifically for the crew. Fuck everybody else on those muffins. She's making them for the crew, and of course Sammy and Kit Kat.
Hey,
Okay.
I get a muffin.
So do I. I'm the navigator.
Oh wait, you guys are part of the crew? Okay, nobody part of the party.
I'd say, yeah, I'm the guy in charge of repairing the boat when it gets damaged. I'm the bosun.
Oh, that's fair. But nobody in the party, because you guys have to be here. But the crew, they don't have to be here. So she's showing her appreciation by making them muffins and cupcakes.
Yay, muffin. For everybody else.
Right, that's 16.
Fine. I'll
Let's
get
say,
the Muggles to make us muffins, and they'll be better because they're
Yeah, but they
Muggles.
can't we just have muffins? I mean, not that I'm eating them, but aren't there just muffins in the thing that you make where our rooms are? Like, isn't there unlimited food in that?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, yeah.
I say, yeah, there's tavern in the gallery, and it's like, oh, well, Kami's not sharing the muffins. It's fine. I'll just have to, the ghost Muggles make me make better muffins.
That's okay. They probably do
put
taste
in-
better, but Kami's making them in appreciation for her crew
Oh, yeah, I know.
doing, all that they do.
In a muffin button.
Just showing them that she appreciates them.
Okay.
No matter what the outcome.
Oh, 22. Look, I did not hear any kind of boop. Okay. A bizarre sensation of heat transitioning over to cold, and then back to heat as you move over ice and lava, respectively. Some portion of the lava that you go over bursts in its molten nature, as it is to do. As the ship undergoes sharp turns, as you notice the telltale signs of a pressure shift about to occur. Some of these bursts do come into contact with portions of ice, which melt slightly, some enough to cause bits of ice as shards to fall from the towering glacial bodies, occasionally plinking on the deck, but any larger damaging pieces fall into lava and then bob a few times until they still, becoming these tiny ice oases in otherwise larger bodies of lava. Until eventually you make your way here to this place.
Ooh, Mount Doom.
Oh,
And I say
Mount Doom meets Elsa.
Hmm.
It looks like someone let it go at the top of the mountain.
Okay. As you get closer to the cityscape there that you can see to the left, there is a familiar sound to the party, though not necessarily the crew. It's faint at first. But then you hear it. And then you see it.
Oh my god, they do exist.
I found the land of Moogles.
What are those?
Those are Moogles.
Oh,
They finally appeared in Game Beyond Rose Gallery.
They exist, finally.
You finally got the DLC.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it spawned 17 new side quests and crap-ass equipment upgrades.
Fucking 16.
The only good thing about it is it's on very neck. Which, by the way, I hope no one here cast Summon Tonberry.
Can't be that bad.
Well, given that they're notorious in the franchise for literally being one-hit kill monsters, yes, they can't be that bad.
They're not. It's totally fine.
Save versus death. Okay, but yeah, as you get closer, you can actually see the Moogles themselves. There's lots of Koopos. And Moogles occasionally using their small wings to kind of fly from place to place. Well, while you can sail to a slope that touches ground, there is also a large what appears to be a large pulley rig off to the side that could be affixed to the ships, so they could be hoisted up to the to the main area of the city.
Oh, they have a hanging parking lot. Yep, looks like the dock's over there, Captain.
All right, we'll pull in. Did we find out if this had a thingy to like fix up the ship or
Well,
anything?
considering they're hanging the ships, that's all I really need.
Okay, cool.
But again, I don't need to do it because you don't have a balcony.
Yeah, you can either go to the hanging parking slot or to the ground level slope.
Which makes the most sense? The hanging?
Well, hanging is clearly what they expect you to do because that's what that's there for, so they can pull ships up.
Okay, let's do that.
Alright. And the distance you'll hear, okay, here we go. Kupo, as the ship is being pulled up. Judging by the starts and stops seemingly manually.
These be butch moogles.
I've had enough slow computers today. Come on. And even on the heat. As the ship is eventually pulled up to be level with the main part of the Moogalopolis. There's just a fire here.
Yes. So don't break out the cold weather gear this time. Got it.
There is also water flowing off of the side, crashing down in a fall to a mixture of icy water at the bottom. Welcome to the northern fires in the flaming Moogalopolis, Kupo. Says one of the Moogles after the ship is hoisted.
Thank you.
What a nod.
You do have 9 complimentary ice, Kupo.
Cool.
Have to brave the lava plumes to get it, Kupo. You will actually find that despite there being lots of fire as a part of the city, that the temperature itself, unlike the variability that was traveling here, it feels the temperature is only slightly warm. With this slight warmth seemingly radiating from or rather radiating from the direction of the icy lava-y mountain that's in the background of the image.
I believe it's time to get off the boat, possibly round up the usual suspects. Tommy, do we want to, since they've been stuck on the ship for like a month, do we want to let maybe tell the crew they can, stretch their legs?
Yeah. I was gonna let them know that to go in shifts, but they can take some time off.
Yay, Captain! Thank you, Captain.
Look at that, we're letting Lane a minute straight.
Hmm.
Get some schedules and shit.
Finally, a real job.
Yeah. All right, Tara, this is your show. What are the sites? What do we need to look at?
Well, first I think I need to look at these Mughals paying me rent.
Is anyone getting Thomas off the ship?
Oh yeah, I assumed he was part of the usual suspects, so yeah, I'll go down and get him.
I guess the question is, how is his condition?
Like we established, exhausted.
Yeah. He's just gonna be like, okay, and just go and be like, is it okay with the captain if I leave the brig?
I have it on good authority that you should be okay.
He will nod and basically follow quietly.
This is disturbing.
Okay. Unlike the shops of other cities, this is more of a bazaar situation. Which is why I don't actually have any shop markers up. So if people want to do a bit of a bazaar flea market gamble, they certainly can. But in terms of asking Tara where to go aside from her wanting rent,
apparently these guys weren't here when you left.
No, they weren't.
How long you've been gone? They look like they're pretty entrenched.
I mean, how long have you been gone?
I didn't keep track.
This takes decades to make.
I mean, there may have already been a structure here.
You see, when you're long-lived, time doesn't is not perceived the same way. So
Yeah, so you guys have to worry about calendars.
yeah. I can only imagine what it's like for her. I know for like me, like what would be 10 minutes for what would be like 10 minutes for me is like a decade for you.
She rolls in favor, and I'll just be back in 100 years.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Can't even imagine what it's like for those two.
Yeah.
I was halfway expecting Tarblay to say something poetically morose.
He's got to channel his inner Eeyore.
It's a pretty good life considering it's artificial, built off of lies. But Terry will look around. Oh. Some of you might not like this, but under there, pointing at the uh, icy volcano looming in the background.
You know, I'd be surprised if you didn't say it was going to be in there. You know, given the person we saw on top and the fire and the ice and the. It's always the most ominous looking place.
I mean, what do you expect dragons to do at this point?
I haven't looked at her sheet in a bit. Oh, right. Her new pod, because the other thing just completely lost its link connection. Oh. I think she could actually carry the party.
Ooh, Tara?
Yeah. She's a gargantuan when she's not being human.
Then at that point, yeah.
I'm
Easily.
leaving Sammy at the boat, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
You're actually leaving Sammy? Wow.
I've left Sammy a few times on the boat. I mean, admittedly, we weren't in a place for too long when I did, but, you know.
I mean, I can summon him if we need him, but yeah. Provided there's a tree.
And
Hey, like volcanic shrubs and shit, you know, exist. I mean, it's not likely, but
I mean, you can make a tree.
I say, if there's a big enough creature, I can turn it into a tree. But oh shit, right?
You can make a tree whenever you want.
Well, not whenever I want. They have to fail multiple saving throws, or else it doesn't work. But
What was it? Was it not Don Cheadle?
yeah, Don Cheadle, Captain Planet.
Don Cheadle kind of planet. Tree. By the way, unless someone is going to stop them, there are going to be a swarm of tiny winged flying / floating noodles moving about the exterior of the Narnia with these hand towels and are polishing the exterior of the ship.
I have no reason to stop them.
I'd say she's been at sea for a while, so if the captain has no problem, she probably could use a good spit shot.
I'm first gonna make sure they're not gonna charge me for this extra service.
Come back, Koopo!
Okay, you're doing it on your own volition, so I'm not gonna pay for this.
10 gil, Koopo.
Oh, no. I didn't ask for this service. You're forcing it upon me. Therefore, you must want to do it for free.
But I like entrapment, Koopo.
That's okay. Because, you know, things that try to entrap me normally don't end up on this side of the living.
Hands over 10 gil.
It's the principle of the matter.
But they're adorable.
Hello, everyone. Today we're
Get back to cleaning, Koopo. Swarm.
And this way, I don't have to do it later.
They're like cleaning up barnacles and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
For those who speak Moguri, they are performing a bit of a shanty as they work. The lyrics aren't very imaginative, but they're there.
Now I got my next painting for the next leg of the journey.
What? Painting Mount Doom Fire and Ice Edition?
Well, I mean, there's that one, but also an army of Moogles, you know, swarming the boats, you know, singing shanties.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll give you that. It is a good one.
seriously, the real question is, how do we want to get there? I mean, love is not
Well,
going to
I'm
bother me, but
assuming
it's going to bother you.
Well, we could see if there's, check with the locals, see if there's a path, because that mage got up there somehow.
Can we get a? I can't think of what it's called now. You know, like one of those things with a little cart, people sit inside and one person pulls it.
Oh, the rickshaw.
But yeah, but pulled by Moogles.
No, we can't make Muggles do that. They're not strong enough.
They lifted a boat.
yeah, they're strong enough to strong army.
A single Muggle's not going to be able to pull a cart with the party in it. That's what I'm saying.
But no,
so
it's
not
It was an
like-
army of Muggles who pulled up the boat.
It's implied that it would be a multiple.
So you're wanting a
rickshaws.
sled team of Muggles for your sled.
also going to be a magic rickshaw, weight negating rickshaw.
I
To be fair, we can turn into I mean, we can make the rickshaw out of the bunny.
I'd say I could turn Kaze
Yeah.
into a rickshaw, which one would be a self-propelled rickshaw.
You can still just have a Moogle pull it.
They look like they're into manual labor anyway.
Either way, it sounds like we need to talk to the locals.
okay. Are you actually going to ask about the rickshaw?
I'm not, but if somebody else wants to, I won't stop them.
Wait,
Thomas
ask the
is
Muggles
literally
to pull it?
too broken to care. So
Wait, are we asking?
We
the
have our
locals
own
to-
means of travel.
I mean, we can have the dragon pull it too. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is her quest after all. I second that.
I'm not going to pull you anywhere in my own place.
Oh, so then I take it you don't need our help from this point on. We can leave.
I've watched you walk miles. It'll be fine.
You have wings. You don't even have to worry about the lava.
I'm not worried about the lava.
That's my point.
So, what's your thought? I heard locals, and I heard having Tara pull a rickshaw.
Well, even if she's pulling the rickshaw, we need to talk to the locals to get directions, to see if, there is any, routes that that don't require flying or whatever.
I'd be assisting with that and talking to Blue.
So I presume that's a charisma-based investigation, but I could be...
Yes, a career-based investigation.
Intelligence, plus 2 investigation. And I just assisting, so advantage. Not great for me.
Six. Okay, asking around. You will fairly swiftly hear of a particular Moogle that can help you. You're you need to look for Big Boss Moogle.
That big boss move. We'll go look for big boss move.
Okay. Fish will be back momentarily. For everyone looking around, there will be usually theme, but some are on bases that sit on surfaces, but glass enclosed plants.
So instead of ship in a bottle, we have a plant in a bottle.
Yep. Some are bearing flowers. Others aren't. They're just kind of leafy or thorny.
Cool, cool. I am mildly interested in this, but not enough to want to ask about it.
That's fine. It'll take a bit to locate Big Boss Mule. I'm just kind of waiting for Trish to get back.
All good. Like I said, I was just keeping myself distracted by talking to Blue and Keegan. And I don't know what to say regarding Gabi and Thomas, but they're not trying to murder each other, so it's an improvement. But I'm gonna push luck. So I will quietly offer Kami a flask of whiskey.
Sounds like Kami is like, no, baby, I don't know, I didn't hear you.
Who knows?
Oh. Her screen glued. So the usual.
So we lost the Kami?
She'll be back in a moment, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to understand the repercussions of what we did to poor Blue. I think it's
Who's going to get used to the new size?
because if I'm understanding it correctly, we effectively purged most of the corruption by suppressing it, and then through the power of divine intervention in arcane shenanigans, we effectively excised the corrupted part of her soul from her?
Oh, I mean, we cut it out and then, healed the cut, but yeah. I'd say it wasn't so much excising as, amputation.
I mean, you excise... similar.
Yep. And in terms of what's exactly happened, he also used energies from the decaying
Divine realm, yeah.
realm. Yeah.
So, in theory, not replicatable based on current understanding of knowledge. Unless, we come across another divine barrier I can cannibalize.
I mean... theoretically, I could just ask Bahamut to make one.
Yeah, but Bahamut's now weakened because he's a part of you. He's not, God Bahamut anymore. Now he's summoned Bahamut.
True.
Uh,
So it looks like he was in a better state than he was as a god. Courtesy of the fact that he's no longer trying to maintain a collapsing realm for.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
God
he's also,
knows
in
how
theory,
long.
vastly weaker.
because he's been having to maintain everything for who knows how long.
I mean, there's only one way to find out. It's worth finding out, given that it might be the means of, less people dying to the moon.
True, but where you go? If this is reproducible, where are you going to put the corruption? You're not deleting it; you're just making it not be in where it's currently residing.
Yeah, because remember I moved it to the body of the boss creature.
Yeah, and then we kind of banished it out of existence. Because it was no longer technically part of our plane.
Yeah, there was a lot of one-off variables in there.
I mean, it is something worth looking into.
I didn't miss anything important, did I?
No,
I mean, I quietly offered you a flask of whiskey. Since you
She
weren't
will
trying
turn you down.
weren't in the process of trying to murder people.
She will turn you down. She was like, I drank, like, the real strong stuff. Puts hair in your chest.
I mean, it's whiskey. That's strong.
She just kind of eyes it like it's infected with some type of disease and walks away.
You liked my whiskey before.
But that was before Revelations.
It doesn't change whiskey.
no, but it changes her mood, which affects whether she wants it or not.
True.
Oh.
And like I said, I'm not bothered by it. It's like, oh, okay.
There'll be a bit of a montage as you go from area as you guys go from area to area of the city in search of Big Boss Moogle. The sun will
Here.
the sun will fall, bringing a chill to the air and a rather unique glow to the area as the lava near and far casts illumination, which is then reflected off of the glacial ice.
The lava cast illumination?
Yep.
Yes.
Because hot lava can do that.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm understanding that you're just saying it weird. The wording is being weird.
Yes.
You're saying the lava has the spell.
No. It's not a spell. Like it.
It's just glowing hot, so it's making light.
Yeah.
The luminous
understand.
lava?
I
Is
know
that
it's-
better? The luminous lava?
I'm just giving you a hard time, David. It's okay. I thought we were about to find an island-sized boss monster.
I thought that actually happened already.
We certainly fought things big enough to be. I don't think we've actually fought an island.
Yeah, we haven't fought an island yet. We fought city-sized.
But, there'll be it's like chain rattling behind you as the night has fallen, and and you guys are still searching, and then a Kupo. Hey, you're looking for me, Kupo.
I mean, do you lead us to the top of the
I'd say, yeah, we're trying to
mountain of fire and ice?
I'd say, yeah, we're trying to get to the top of the mountain. We were told you're the guy to talk to figure out a route.
If you're that, then yes. If not, then, well, no. Maybe. I don't know.
Big Boss Kupo is currently on an awning. So unless you're flying yourself, he's positioned himself in such a way that people will have to look up.
He has the high ground.
Hmm. You don't want to go there, Kupo.
No, we distinctly need to go there.
Hmm.
Something about the rightful property landowner wanting to take back their mountain.
Why do we not want to go there?
Well, one, I think at this point, squatters' rights. Two, Kupo.
I don't think squatter rights works with a dragon. A very ancient one at that.
Yeah, it depends on the dragon.
I don't think there would be any dragon that will be happy with the one sitting in their lair.
Well, when I see a dragon, I'll talk to it. But to answer the question, Kupo.
There's literally Keegan in Bloom right next to me.
They aren't too big.
Yes, I didn't think we were walking around town with full-size dragons. That tends to be a bad idea.
I mean, that's because I've cast magic on them, but yeah. No, they're, well, this is as big as Keegan is right now. They're not level 11. I'm not level 11. He's not large yet.
There were these cheap paying, filthy, intimidating, not cool black robe people that came through here and completely destroyed the main path to that area on their way across it.
Dicks.
Hmm.
I know, right, Kupo?
You say main path, that implies secondary paths?
Hmm.
So what was the main path made out of?
Some of that unmelting ice, Koopa. Really handy because it doesn't melt. But apparently it can be cracked into oblivion.
I mean, you hit anything with enough force, it'll break.
Hmm. They owe me and my city some gil, Koopa. With my wings here, they can't take me that far. Old injury, Koopa. None of you see injuries on this guy.
Well, we need to go up there anyway if you want us to collect while we're there.
Hmm.
You'll just have to tell us how to get there.
120,000 gil worth of stuff.
Okay,
That's a lot, Koopa.
Yeah, 120,000 gil worth of damages. Got it.
If we're going to be repo men, we deserve being properly compensated as well.
I'll see what awesome accoutrements I have, Koopa. But if you're going to be helpful, I I should at least tell you a viable route.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Unfortunately for anyone, it's a path that takes you through the icy maw of glacial flaying, and across the lands of lava rain, and ultimately into the depths of darkness, where the icy chill will grip your soul and leave it side by side with your body, Coop. Very dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Terrible stuff. Or we could fly. Yeah, try flying, Koopa, see what happens. Those penny pinching thieving blackbird people probably set something up for flyers. Tara looks unimpressed.
Hmm.
Well, I admit, I'm curious about the scenic route, but there's some kind of interesting sounding names through there.
I'm okay with the scenic route.
I'm sure the captain can navigate us through there easily enough.
Captain. Captain.
If from a meta perspective, Shiva might be in there.
She's on mute.
I see that.
Who's my good girl? Yeah, who's my good girl?
So yeah, directions?
I know you.
He'll hold his short arm out, and from the shadows will come flying a small but buff looking Moogle with a length of like iron chain going from shoulder to hip, and hands big boss Moogle a scroll case. Got this map here for you, Kupo. And then I'll post the map to you guys.
Thank you.
Are you going to be looking at the map or after the moment? Or okay.
Yeah, open it where the party can see it, but yeah.
Okay. Looking at the map, there are doodles next to some of the areas that say things like Ice Beast or
We lose Eric. Yeah.
No, he's still here.
Mhm.
No, he's not.
He fell asleep quick.
So, or luminous raptors.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
Cool, cool. This all sounds exciting.
yeah, exciting. I just realized I'm going to have to play at my Eeyore more if it's just me and you.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, you have to role play.
And the wings on the Torbalang.
Hey, on the bright side,
I'm here. I'm just in and out, guys.
Okay.
hey,
Did you
there
have
was at least a 50% chance that I was going to have Tarblane try to cut off his wings.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Shit got dark, yo.
Yeah, no. Everything he's been living for almost 2,000 years was a lie. So, I mean, that's pretty dark. Anyway,
So, Captain, since you're here, do you have a vote between flying or the quote-unquote scenic route with your boat?
Say that again.
You want to take the route we were given, which takes us through was it the Icy Maw, the Caves of Darkness,
And the land of the fire rain?
Land of the Fire Rain.
Yeah,
Yep.
just take the route that they gave us.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming it's quicker on the map, right? It looks quicker on the map.
Well, Tara suggested just flying. Which, if you have the ability to fly, that would technically be quicker.
But as the Moogle pointed out, the guys who went there ahead of us probably have taken precautions for that.
Yeah, so then we'll just take the route that the Moogle told us to take.
Okay.
Now, and copy the map since she's the guide.
And I will lead the way then.
Okay. In that case, I have... I have a more of a meta question for folks. Would you prefer more of action descriptions and skill checks, or more granular manning the boat combat like events?
skill checks and
What nets us more XP?
Yes.
I imagine it's the same amount of XP. It's just a matter of how does he execute the challenge.
Okay, well then skill checks are easier.
You sound almost disappointed.
Because I just want whatever gives us more XP. Make life easier.
Sierra wants more XP. Hates when she levels up.
Yeah, I mean, that's because I always have to make choices. That's the hardest part about leveling up. If it was just simple, this is what you get, and you don't get to pass go and don't collect $200, I think I'd be happy with that.
And stop multiclassing.
That's a lot of work, too.
It's a lot of work to not multiclass.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of work not to multi-class because I like a lot of things, and so you want to play a lot of things, but you have a limited time that you can play a lot of things, so you have to optimize.
I feel like there should be a Sierra meme.
I mean, just be lucky you can't double dip into the same class, because I totally would if I could.
That'd be scary.
Hmm.
Okay.
He said okay, and then proceeded to stop talking.
Yep. So it sounds like you're going to be manning back on the boat.
If we need the boat for this, I wasn't, sure we did.
Well, you can go on ground if you'd like. That would take longer.
I wasn't aware this was a boat thing, that's all. I missed that detail. Sailing the flying boat.
Okay. Are you bringing crew back aboard, or are you shipping out with the crew that's rotated out still being out?
That's why I was leaving Sammy. So letting them wait, are we taking the boat?
You can't take the boat. You can't take the boat, or you can go on foot. Going on foot would take longer.
I mean, not much longer. It would take longer if it didn't have me, but
Given what Charon's boat is, could we move the wheel to Charon's boat and then float Charon's boat through? I know the wheel only worked on the ship because the ship had been become enchanted with the plot wood. That's why I was like, I don't know if the wheel would work on Charon's boat since in theory Charon's boat is magic.
Is it literally like just a wheel, or is it like a manual thing you have to do?
It's literally just the wheel.
Okay. Well, Charon's boat is inherently magical.
Okay. So we could let the crew finish their shore leave and take your new captain's yacht.
yeah, let's do that then. I don't want to shorten their leave just because we have stuff we
I'd
have.
say the other option is just wait until they're finished with shore leave and then go.
Whichever you guys want to decide to do.
Yeah, so let's if the will can be changed, then let's do that.
Okay. So, is it like an Arcana roll to install?
No, it's just
okay.
The only requirement is that while we are using it, she has to attune to it.
Okay, so we're talking like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
No, you can because of what it is, you can attune to it as an action.
Oh, okay.
It just takes an attunement slot while you're using it.
Gotcha. Okay. Charles will hover slightly. The pedal wheels now pushing against air for its locomotion.
I wasn't sure that was going to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. Tomatoes.
So now you have 2 flying boats.
Hey, who said there was no rewards from the harrowing experience?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep in mind that at least while I was in the underworld, and presumably still, that this ship, unlike yours, has an apparent immunity to fire.
Yep.
Which works great.
Because we're sailing into a fucking volcano.
Yep.
It was almost like it was meant to be.
In a similar, more intense fashion as to when you guys were arriving here, we do cross through various waxing and wanings of temperatures to the extreme of the spectrum as you approach a opening to an opening to a portion of glacial ice. The inside glimmering, but it looking like rows and rows of shark's teeth, save for the initial opening that looks more like a saber tooth or orc-like tusks that jut out from the ground, pulled around lava, like little bits of lava, not like a river of lava. Above are these extended blades of ice, looming over like a scythe off to the sides. The interior, by the way, is dim light for anyone that don't understand. As you approach the Sean's boat, making its entry, you won't even need to roll to hear this. Your passives will be good enough. You'll hear screeching and sounds like bird-like sounds echoing off of the ice. Once Sauron's boat is fully inside and has been inside for a few minutes, the light goes darker, though it's still mechanically dim. It's just a darker dim. Are any of you guys wanting to light a lantern or anything, or does everyone have like some form of dark vision they just want to rely on?
I've got dark vision, which you said is dim light, so I treat that as normal light.
Yeah.
However, just to be on the safe side, I will cast this.
That's for you, yeah?
Yeah, I'm the only one who can see it, yeah.
I don't think I actually have dark vision. Oh, no, I do. Dark vision.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have dark vision. I'm just gonna rely on my dark vision if I have to.
Okay.
Revelry in the dark.
I was about to ask Amros, but I forgot that he was camping. Tara doesn't have to worry. She got that draconic vision. Who has passive higher than 17?
What?
Who has a passive perception higher than 17?
I do.
Not me, I don't think.
I feel like everybody at this level should have a passive perception.
If you are
higher
proficient
than...
in perception, you probably do, but...
I know mine is, I think, it's like a 21.
Yeah, yours is a 22, mine's a 22.
Mine is a 13.
Yeah, so higher than 6.
Yeah, but he says 17.
Oh, where the hell I get 6?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
everyone naturally has higher than.
yeah, passive perception is 10 plus your perception plus your wisdom modifier. So unless you have a very negative wisdom modifier, it would have to be higher than 6.
Yeah, but I don't know why I kept hearing David said so long as it's higher than 6. That's what I was hearing. So I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
My ears are failing me. It's okay. I'm old.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have to have a wisdom modifier of less than 3.
Okay. Rope. You'll notice that, as I mentioned, it's kind of like shark teeth ice along on the top. A number of teeth, so to speak, begin falling downwards, of course, towards Narnia. Captain Kami, you notice this as well, but you notice something additional. A dark silhouette that moved beyond the icy stalactite teeth, if I'm remembering stalactite and stalagmites correctly. There's a silhouette that moved across it from like within the ice, and right after it crossed the section of teeth were dislodged and began falling towards Narnia. These teeth, by the way, while they look small merely from the distance that you're at, you're looking at things varying between 15 and 30 feet in length.
I will point them out, and I will move to try and intercept it so that it doesn't hit my goddamn ship.
Okay. How are you wanting to intercept it?
I want to fly towards it and do a heavy thrust, hoping to dismantle it
Okay.
and shatter it to tiny pieces so that it doesn't hurt my ship.
Keep in mind there's more than one of these things falling.
I'd say, would it be easier to take evasive action?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I would like to assist her taking evasive action by activating Arrow Riposte from the air crystal.
Okay.
So I can be like trying to deflect.
Okay. Can you make me a water vehicle operations roll with advantage?
Aggressive. BRB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you to roll, damn it.
I know. Hold on.
You're fine. If you need to step away for a second, you need to step away for a second.
I rolled a 17 on the die.
Okay, so 17 on the die. Presumably this is dex space, so that'd be 23 plus 6 for proficiency is 29.
Nine. Okay. With quick maneuvering, you're able to avoid the larger shards or the Rose control of the air deflects the smaller ones, splintering them off into the sidewalls or having them sploosh into the water respectively. when they hit when the larger ones, like the 30-foot ones, hit the water, you'll notice that they're cold enough to freeze some of the water around them, keeping them afloat, kind of like icy coral in the water.
Oh, that's essentially going to be an issue on the way back out.
There's more sounds of, well, bird noises.
Penguins.
As you go forth, the light gets less as the ice seems to get more thick, blocking any kind of reflection or translucence that would allow outside light sources to dart in. It is now going from dim light to effectively darkness. I know you have your dark light
Yeah.
to provide illumination, but that just affects you from.
Yeah, I'm the only one who can see it. Just to prevent navigational issues, I will, because I believe they were on the ship somewhere before, light the ship's lanterns or whatever light source the ship had, because I remember they did have a light source on it.
Okay, do you have anything that could ignite them?
I got tinderbox.
I tinderbox would do it. I would if you had like a spell but not everyone has a tinderbox.
I can prestidigitation it because I can light candles, or I can tinderbox it. So.
Okay. With that, there is now new illumination.
No, I forgot I had that.
What?
No, the warlock thing where darkness just is told to fuck off.
Oh, you have Devil Sight?
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot I had that.
that's actually good to know.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably still using dark light out of habit because that's.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So you've lit the lanterns. Is Turbulane doing anything, by the way? Because I know I haven't heard much. Or are you having him not say much because of Eeyore?
Yeah. I mean, he's not saying much because he's mentally in his own head still.
Okay. The sounds of bird calls echoing throughout suddenly go silent as there's scraping in the darkness beyond which the lantern light is casting. Though the lantern light does reveal ahead blades of ice in a similar fashion to what happened before. It looks like other people who have tried this route have, for lack of a term, triggered ice to fall before. Mm-hmm. You in fact see debris of smaller boats that have been cut by the razor ice that is floating.
Sounds like we really did make a good decision not bringing the bigger boat. Even the smaller ones are having a hard time getting through here.
As you approach like scraping that I mentioned suddenly suddenly goes silent as the light reflects and illuminates 36 of these creatures.
Hello there.
And I will put it in Skype in case anyone needs it in Skype.
Yeah, I saw it.
They're coming from the three dozen are coming from multiple directions. From your aft arcs, though not directly behind, from the sides, from the forward arcs, and from above. With the way ice is coming off them, roll with your passive investigation, you are nearly certain that that ice is floating off them because they were somehow moving through the ice walls and propelled themselves out of the walls towards the boat.
So they have some kind of icy burrow ability.
They have not immediately reached the deck or anything, but Sharon's ship doesn't have any cannon, so how are you guys wanting to deal with this particular situation? And keep in mind, there's also the razor ice up ahead. Now you could steal the boat, but then that would just make it an easier target for these things.
Yeah.
I did ask for a harder route, so this is what I get.
Yep.
I would say, Big Boss Rule is all like, it's dangerous, but if you're going to do it, here's a map. Because imagine coming in here without a map.
So I guess you focus on weaving through the debris, and and Thomas and I can try and keep them off the deck.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we could hope for, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
Man, that is a really nice image, actually.
It's time to put that earth crystal to work.
Okay.
I mean, the earth crystal to work all the time.
Well, I know you do. And now we need to do it again, unless you have something else that's good at AoE crowd control.
I mean,
If you are using
done.
if you're using an attack, I will count it as the skill check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say just shooting them.
Okay. In the case of people who have ability to augment their weapons with like hit dice,
I'm not going to be using any to hit. I'm not going to be using any to hit dice unless unless things get really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Because some people may have similar abilities, so I'll state for every 3 hit dice used, you can add one to your total. If you have any spells that can afford like damage or AoE enhancements, every spell level will add a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like there's going to be an attack roll, and there's going to be a piloting roll for the ship to avoid the ice. And Ro, were you taking up arms, or are you figuring something else?
I'm looking at my options. I think I'm going to, Thomas is covering long range with the gun. I'm going to cover close to mid. I'm going to blow a steel wind strike.
Okay.
Which can't be upcast, so that just is what it is. But that should allow me to. That's the thing that lets you teleport around and hit things.
Okay.
So that's me covering anything that gets past Thomas.
Okay.
Which Make a melee spell attack. So I guess I'm rolling a melee spell attack.
Yep.
Am I rolling just an attack roll?
Yeah, if you're just using your gun, it would be an attack roll. Oh, nice.
And am I still at disadvantage because it's an ability check? Or-
If you have a level of exhaustion, I don't think. I think attacks come at exhaustion 2 or 3.
Double check that.
Okay. It does say ability check specifically, but
Yeah, saying an attack is
I know
not an
you-
ability check. An
you
attack is
you
different.
kept calling this an ability check, so I was like,
Well, I would say I would count it as a shield, so like for the purposes of it being a quote unquote shield challenge. But if you're using an attack, it would follow the rules of being an attack. It would not be a disadvantage.
Yeah. That's like you don't get disadvantage on attacks until level 3. Now we just need Kami's piloting roll.
hmm.
Thank you for the math. Okay.
Okay, guys. I think I finally did it.
Think what now?
No, this is work related, guys.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that you finally killed Alex. I was about to be like, we need to do something.
While Kami is piloting the Sherlin ship around the debris and the floating razor ice, there'll be the repeated sound of Thomas's firearm going off as he's shooting at the oncoming foes. There'll be some sparks as some of the kind of metallic parts are hit, but that's a as repeated shots hit feather and flesh. Some of the birds dive into the water after being hit. Some fall, indicating at least mortal blows. Others veer off as you've damaged like a wing or maybe one of their eyes, affecting their navigation. Those flying into the razor ice, being turning to into silhouette as they get closer, not due to some power, but due to their angle to the lighting as the silhouette gets split in two.
Mm-hmm.
They've been PG-13 to death. While you are covering as much as you can the sheer number and angles results in just in some getting through where Ro is flash stepping around, swinging his swinging his sword. Sometimes there are sparks as one parries, only to be hit with a follow-up attack. Others get pushed back through sheer leverage. Occasionally, Kami and her maneuvering about the side, that central area that was kind of like a cabin, will like clip one of the birds as they dive in a bit too fast. A few get on the deck proper, while Ro is dealing with a particular group. Mr. Tarblane, you rolled a 20. The DC was a 23.
Okay.
We got Tara and Zasha for that.
Okay. There will be a single decent hit in on Tarblane before Zasha and Tara can come in, causing 56 slashing damage.
Oof.
56 slashing damage to me.
Yeah.
Ow.
The
Goopa.
These birds continue to attack until the Charon ship suddenly falls several feet. Its hovering ability preventing it from actually kind of crashing as there was a small waterfall obscured by the darkness, and the birds kind of crash into each other, giving Tarblane a good opportunity to fire at them several more times with his pistol as the trailing edge of the lantern light hits them. They scatter. For those that have dark vision, you will actually be able to see them dive in, wing first in a spinning motion, boring through the ice.
Oh, fun.
In the distance, there is a red-yellow light. Does anyone have like a spyglass or any kind of optical enhancement?
Kami has one, I believe, because we used it before.
Okay. Since on a work call, I don't see why she wouldn't allow it to be used. You'll see a opening in the glacial maw of flame, as Big Mouse will put it. That opening looks to be water with pads of ice, though these pads of ice have smoldering, partially molten rocks on them, casting light just from their heat. You can also see some darker areas of water, indicating there there are sizable unlit, or non-luminous obstructions underneath the water. As as you go go through this opening into a new area, these icy birds once again fly out of the ice, but then you find you don't necessarily have to worry about them as light blooms into the area. Globules of lava and partially molten rock rain down onto them. Some of them kind of backpedaling with their wings to try to stop their momentum. Others just going "Ah!" into the water as the ultimate material quickly begins to solidify into a stony underwater tomb for these creatures. Looking up, you'll see that there is a kind of like in the main map where you saw that there was like ice or rock face high above, kind of arching over the area. You'll see that, but with veins of molten rock, some dripping down and falling relatively slowly, as fast as regular gravity. Others being propelled as pressure pockets from veins burst, projecting out lava and congealed molten rock downwards. Now that there's a decent amount of illumination here, mainly due to fire-like things, you guys will see 3 ships that have been just sundered by flame, derelict in the water. One is a small but impressively designed ship, like its design is evocative of those like larger like galleon ships that require like 3 masts, but it's smaller. Clearly it was built with Mughals and other small creatures in mind, hence its more compact size, though its sails having long been incinerated. The other is a more solid ship made mainly of metal, probably a ship from the Emirates. It's a metal body has been punctured, and part of it melted to the point of where there's breaches that have sunk it. The third ship is made of a composite of metal and wood. The metal banding is around the ship. That banding has arcane symbols etched in it. The sails, which are still intact, look designed to maximize directed air versus regular air currents. While it does look abandoned, can I get a perception roll to see if you guys notice anything of note?
We'll make you a perception roll. I will make it at disadvantage because since we got a momentary lull, I'm also going to take an action to heal up Thomas a bit.
Okay.
Nice.
69.
And I'm full.
I know I was going to roll that well. I wouldn't have, cast it quite as high.
Damn, 31 shit. Okay. For rope, something you'll notice. The way the damage, from where the areas of the damage on the ship is, the ship that has the banding and engines around it, it looks like that whoever was on board, or perhaps some imbued aspect of the ship itself, had some form of deflective shielding, or maybe a shield type spell, as the angles of the strikes. I guess that'd be more investigation, but I'm giving it to you. The angles of the strikes would indicate that the aerial bombardment were deflected, at least at times. Kami, you'll notice more so than that in the cabin area. On the edge of a door, as if caught, is a fluttering, due to wind and air current, but still fluttering, black robe with silver trim. The black robe is a deep, night color. It is reminiscent of the black robe style that you guys have seen a few times before.
So Black Robe, that's a Black Robe ship, or a Black Robe has at least explored that ship.
You don't see a body, you just see the robe apparently caught on the door in front of him. The robe itself is damaged.
Do we want to check it out, or...?
The robe?
The Black Robe.
Sure.
Or a robe that belongs to a Black Robe, rather.
If you want, you can fly out. Though keep in mind, there is the occasional flash of light, and as molten material, some more solid than others from above, is slamming in your area.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the boat.
Hmm?
A little too tired to be out doing that.
So, I'm just advise you. I will not stop anyone from investigating the ship. Just keep in mind that the environment is a hazard.
You keep the ship from getting hit, and I think I can pop over and take a look.
Okay, I'll keep shooting.
Or I can stay with the
Anyway,
boat and make sure
started
nothing hits the
blasting.
boat if Kami wants to pop over. I can prevent either the ship or myself from getting hit, so... Do you have a preference?
I don't.
Oh, she's typing, so... Okay. So, I will pop...
Are you using? Are you wanting to get close to Misty Step, or do you have some other thing you want to use? Wait, you actually have flight, don't you?
Well, I have the fly spell. I also have... if I take the... I can dash as a bonus action, and when I do, I float for a second, because of that gravity feat thing.
Okay.
So if I use that, and it also doubles my jump, so... If at that point, I'd have a long jump of 168 feet.
Damn.
No, I misread that. Hang on. I have a long jump of 84 feet. That was I had already doubled it. Okay, yeah. But even then, 84 feet should be enough to either get me there or hopscotch off another boat to get to there. And with the air crystal, I am I'll use arrow riposte to try and keep me as a bonus action to. Well, I'd have to do this reaction, but either way, trying to minimize how many of these falling things hit me. I don't know if it'll work on like the super molten globules, but it should work on the other falling stuff.
Okay. For those on the boat, I think your Kami is going to try to navigate to evade the falling molten material. Is Tarbling going to do anything to aid in defense of the boat?
Yeah, I'll continue to like shoot things that are coming at us. Like if there's any creatures, or are we just defending against lava?
There's no creatures as of yet.
I think so far it's just been dripping, dripping magma or falling rocks.
I mean, I'm not any good at sight, so can't really call out when I see stuff, but I can assist by, again, staying on guard and shooting anything that isn't lava.
Does the earth crystal give you any kind of bending thing like the air crystal gives me that you could possibly use to help with deflecting?
I think so, but I think I have to be standing on the ground.
I think the closest thing is you can provide a shield around yourself.
What is that under? That is Guardian Persona. Earth Crystal. So yeah, the only things I can do, I mean, I can like do more damage to people and stuff, but I have to be Earth itself grant attempting the Earth Sword. Yeah, no. All that does is it stops me from taking damage.
Okay.
Then I have to commit hit dice to it. Which I'm trying to save in case we fight something big. Because I burned through the hit dice.
Okay. So, no, he doesn't have
Okay.
anything.
I don't know what the other crystals do, so I thought I'd ask.
Good thought. Okay. So, like, since I have a shield, it's in my mind already. Was there anything you were wanting to try to do in defense of the ship?
You were shooting stuff? If it fell too close?
I'm just ready if we encounter any more creatures.
Oh, okay, so you're running against creatures. You're not counter-firing. Okay.
Nope, but it looks like Amaros woke up.
You're muted if you were saying anything, or under some effect of us not being able to hear you, Amros.
No, I don't exist.
Fun. Okay, so we're doing that. Okay, in which case I will just need a Kami evasion roll whenever you have a chance. Roll. You've leapt. Leapt over to the other ship. When you land, the board you're on, I mean, holy fuck. Tommy driving like a mad woman. Avoiding all this traffic, and by traffic I mean, deadly lava globules.
It is what she do.
But there's like steam that arises from the missed shots. But for you, Ro, the board you land on, immediately breaks, and I get a dexterity save to make sure you don't fall through the hole.
Ooh. So what have I come back to? I see Clockwork Ice Phoenix thing.
You just missed that. We are currently sailing through a cave with falling molten rocks.
So
So if you have
I can't
anything,
really help with that one.
That's like if you think you have anything that can be used to help deflect.
No. Unless it's a creature throwing it at us.
No, you missed the
If you take
creatures.
the boss Moogle as a meat shield, it currently has 999 HP.
Oh, Big Boss Moogle? Yep, 909 HP.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're able to
Magic. It isn't that.
Be able to-
It isn't that.
go whoop, step over to the side. You can see down below, glistening when the backlight of a bright enough globule passes by in the background. You'll notice that down below, the sparkling remnants of a magicite crystal, and an accompanying levy stone. Though the levy stone is not shattered.
Okay, so that's what I was about to ask. The magicite crystal is in theory powering something, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
But that's down below. But you are on the deck.
yeah,
did
so
that
I'll
call
go
through.
over, grab the robe, and take a minute to just glance around and see if I can pick up anything useful. Clock anything useful about this ship that might tell us about the people that were on it or what happened to them.
Okay. The interior of the room that this black robe was probably leaving from. It looks like a miniaturized version of a command deck, because the side of the ship isn't exactly huge. So you see charts on the wall. The charts look like they have taken some heat damage, so you would need like a cartographer to restore some of that if you were to take it. But it is, even with the damage, it is clear to you that there is a plotted course. And you can also tell that there are markings indicating multiple vessels. If the markings themselves are to be believed for, but it could be a representation of multiple ships.
By the way, you know that Armorous is a cartographer.
Yeah.
The wheel that would have been manning the ship is damaged by way of molten impact, as something had come through at an angle from the front, clearly hitting anything that was there. There are chests of drawers in this area that is damaged. One is open, and the dust remnants indicate that something was removed. It's rectangular shaped. There are scattered on the ground. Some are destroyed, but others are intact. Of what appear to be documents or notes. Um, do you have Undercommon?
I think that was one of mine. Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I do have, but I can't do it in this moment. Things I can do comprehend languages when I get back to the boat and have a second.
Okay. In which case, you'll recognize the script as Elvish, but if you can presumably read Elvish, it's kind of like the Chinese-Japanese thing of same characters but clearly being used for a different language.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's pretty nice. There, you do notice something of possibly even more note. On the inside of the door that had the robe on it. There is a black and gold book that clearly has a latch binding on it that is canted on the floor as if it was dropped by whoever was carrying it, and it skittered to behind the door. It is, while intact, does look like that there is molten material that has solidified around it, effectively adhesing it to the corner. Though the pages don't look burned or anything, which means they're either treated or magically protected for the intense heat of the initial hit not to infect it.
Okay, well, I will retrieve that, and I will retrieve the maps and the robe, since I made the whole point of coming over here for the robe in the first place.
Okay. How are you wanting to extract the book? Because again, it's like there's like solidified rock around it, effectively adhesing it to that corner of the floor wall where it's centered.
Oh, to see that one I could do something about. And that one I could shoot my gun with a shot to destroy the rock.
Yup.
Hoping that we didn't destroy the book. I mean, if lava didn't destroy the book, what are the odds that a gun is going to destroy the book?
This is really what it's meant for, so I will blow a gunblade charge to smack the stone and at the gunblade charge, give it that extra.
That's fine. You're damaging an object. It's like you're sundering a sword or something. Okay. Can you make me a hit and a damage roll to see if it'll be able to pierce the material? I believe I typoed that. Well, on the boat, Tara will comment. Oh man, this place is fun, isn't it?
That's one word for it.
I mean, you can exercise, fly around, try not to get hit by the lava. Nice heat. If you ever feel too hot, you can go to the ice caves and get a good workout with those birds.
No.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it with these arms or anything. I'd be doing it the freeway. Okay, that definitely hits.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Your force will just shatter the rock. It had 13 HP because that's what the HP thing rolled. And Stone, by the way, has an AC of 17. So you'll shatter it. There is a crashing and warping sound and a flash of light that bursts bursts from the deck. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from the flash of light?
So,
Okay. For those on the boat, is Kami or on Tron's ship? Kami, are you like trying to circle the boat, the ship that Ro is investigating, or doing something else with Tron's ship? You are able to bear and kind of shield, so you're not blinded. Maybe some dots from the flash of light, but not blinded. Okay, sounds like Kami's still doing work stuff. Okay, for those on the ship then, can I get a perception roll, please, from folks that are on Sean's ship?
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Oh, damn, that was good. Okay, Armoros. Unfortunately, Todd Lane does not notice this. But Armoros, you will notice amongst the steam from the globules that have hit the surrounding water, there's some steam in odd places, like trails of steam. Some areas of water that is boiling away from where the main impact points have been. It is then that you'll notice three things of steam in the water, and suddenly emerging from the steam are these creatures.
uh-oh.
If need be, I can put it in Skype if anyone can't see it.
Well, I don't see those, so.
Well, I mean, you see
I
them
will
when
be
they
pointing
emerge. He was just seeing kind of the evidence of them.
Are they actually trying to come towards us, or are they just being
They're
themselves off in the distance?
they're coming towards the ship. Given that you notice the trail, you can take an advantage to your kind of repelling action.
I want to determine if they're undead or not, and then make them make a wisdom save
Okay.
if they are undead.
How are you wanting to determine if they're undead? Just by observing or some ability?
I feel like that would fall under my Arcana knowledge.
Okay.
And at least I think it would be Arcana.
Given what these things are, you can either make me a Arcana or a nature roll.
Now we'll do Arcana. $29.
Nice. Okay.
Are they undead?
Oh, two things. Two things you're gonna get. One is that these are reminiscent of a kind of lava slash fire elemental. However, you do notice particular signs and traits on the ones you're looking at that are undead traits. So you're looking at what I believe is a rare combination of undead elemental.
Cool. So it's an undead elemental, which means it's still undead. So I do turn undead.
Okay.
You need to make a wisdom save. I'm pretty sure that's how turn undead works.
Yeah, they make a wisdom save. And then they, if they fail, they run away for 1 minute and then come back.
Yeah, they're actually forced to run away. They're not just, they can't get closer.
Yeah, like I said, you buy a minute.
Hey, a minute might be enough time for us to be away from them. And they're going the opposite direction of us at that point.
Okay.
They're going nowhere.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I see. Roll20 did not decide to dick me. Because if I'm not mistaken, with that roll, that was entirely failable.
I have a DC 20.
Okay. Yep. So.
Sorry, a DC 22.
22? Okay, yeah. It's totally a failable thing for them. Okay. Totally.
Actually, hey, David.
Yeah.
You should reroll that.
You said I need to reroll that?
Yeah.
Pick a favor. Immediately reroll a d20 another creature just rolled.
Oh.
Oh, look, it failed.
Oh, yeah.
Would you look at that? Note to self. Don't make these things do wisdom saves.
Exerting your power. These things, as they were going to dip out of the water, immediately flap their wings and sputterings of lava go into the water, causing more steam, basically aborting their action as they go into the water. You will notice that there are 6 trails of steam moving away, which is 3 more than what I described in the water. And you will catch the final remnants of 8 more lines of steam going now away from the opposite side of the boat, because I believe your turn undead is a radius effect.
Yep.
Yep.
Row. You now have the book. I know I mentioned the Levystone was intact down below decks. At the moment, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I've got the charts. I've got the book. The Levystone requires the Magicite crystal to operate.
The Levystone is separate, but it does require a mana field.
As I well, no, everything is a mana field unless otherwise. Yeah, so yeah, if I can, I will grab the Levy Stone and then head back to the ship. Head back to Charon's, skip.
Okay. Can I get a athletics or acrobatics at disadvantage if you're wanting to say dive down the hole? You don't need that roll if you want to take the time to look for a different way down.
Acrobatics at disadvantage.
Okay. You are able to acrobat your way down what loose material there is to be able to kind of adjust your angles, slow your momentum, and get down to the lower deck. There's another boom as there's either an impact to the ship or a near impact. For those on Charon's ship, you will see that a semi-solid solid globule had impacted just off to the side of the derelict Black Mage ship. Okay. Well, you'll see the levy stone. Now that you have a good look at the levy stone, it is penned by a combination of metal rottings and wooden plank. What it's sitting on has already collapsed, so the levy stone's actually on the floor, versus in the apparatus it was sitting in.
So I'm gonna have to, lever or whatever it extricate it somehow.
Yeah. The interior is unlit, save for the light coming from the hole. But again, you have dark vision. I don't know if your dark light is still active.
No, I've used my other hand, but I also have depth of sight. So
Right. Keep in mind, just attacking the obstruction is an option.
and probably what I'm going to end up doing, but I want to look up something real quick. Assuming it's still in here. I might want to bookmark it.
Shatter! I kind of want to animate the lava mental. And have it like do a bob. Maybe flap its wings.
I just like that whatever their movement speed is, they also have to dash. And they have to do that for a solid minute. Dashing as far away as they can. And if they can't go anywhere, only then they just stand there and die.
Okay. I'm gonna try this. Don't know if it'll work, but otherwise we can try finding it out. I'm gonna have Kaze get on top of the Levy Stone, pop him into his dimension, and then pop him back next to me. Because he's wearing the familiar collar, he can in theory take items with him.
I think you've tried this before with something else.
I've done it with smaller things. Because The familiar collar allows him to take objects with him when I bamf him.
No weight restriction is mentioned.
It just
Can carry objects. What
any items it is wearing or carrying are transported to the pocket dimension with the familiar and return with it. That's all it says.
What is what's not Rosara, Kaze's strength score?
And okay, that's probably going to be what does it, because he's just holding on to it. 3.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's a carrying capacity of 45 pounds.
I don't know how big this thing is, so.
And a lift drag of 90. But when we carry capacity, how about that? Okay. It's nearing his upper limit, but this particular grade of Levystone, because this isn't like a warship size airship or anything. Because I would rate the Levystone at between 30 and 40, with, of course, Kaze's cap here being 45. So, there's a bit of a collapse as the Levystone is no longer there.
Didn't think that would work. Okay.
There is another thump, though this you feel the ship shake more violently. And light suddenly illuminates the area as a globule has impacted, penetrating the deck into this area.
Time to go.
As you were leaving, you notice an odd shifting of light. I know your passive perception is really high, so you do notice that the globule seems to be shimmying and then splits as 4 of these unfurl from the globule.
Oh, fun. Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay. Can I get some form of going back to the ship roll as these things unfurl and as you are nearby are attempting to come after you as you are moving?
Okay. Can I, with help the GravCon, parkour that? So I guess in acrobatics?
Sure.
Not great for me, but
5. Okay. Did you see this regular check was not quite that high? So, you're leaving, they're trying to get you, they're grabbing on the objects like right after you leave them, melting the object as they're kind of pushing forth to get you. Their lava wings not having a good enough space at the moment to kind of unfurl, and they unfortunately kind of cramp the area, unable to proceed out of the hole as you leave the hole. And now that you're kind of looking outward and being focused on the boat, the entire area does have like these falling, glowing rocks, sometimes just solid rocks, and lava, really kind of giving the image of like a hellscape is falling and coming apart in the area. And are you going to get on the boat by your same?
I use the GravCon and my gravity leap to both to enhance that, and land back on the deck.
You will be able to get back onto the deck.
Okay, here we go. I will present the charts to Almaros since Kami's busy driving. It's like, okay, if you can reconstruct that, we might have an idea of, who they are, where they came from, all that. I imagine it's going to take you a few minutes, minimum.
Oh no, will it, David?
To reconstruct it, it would be a
31.
What attribute did you use?
Intelligence.
Oh, okay. Cool. You will reconstruct that. What are you going to, what are you going to do with the book?
I'll take a. Anybody here speak Undercommon? Because I can't read this. So I imagine it's a log or something.
Yeah, no, not me.
If nobody does, then I'll just start my comprehend languages ritual.
Okay. Cool. Okay. As far as researching the map goes, with the reconstruction, you are able to discern that these ships came from the northern area of the Emirates on the Range, not the Emirates. The Ustrina Empire. One of the ships looks like it had disembarked, more specifically from Ember Falls. Um, uh, looking at the routes they usually get here, you are able to see where their projected birth point is on the icy volcano area. So there is a quote unquote sea level entryway, presumably from this map. Obviously, unless they've done something magical with their ships, there should still be a number of ships there. Not actually there yet, so you don't know, but there is a gestation birth point. So you reasonably have an entry point that you can feasibly get to with the ship. It just may be occupied. As for the book, are you looking at the book of the notes? Because the book is sealed with a magical strap.
Oh, I'm going.
The notes are free. You can read
I'm going with the notes then to start.
Okay. Piecing the notes together. You will read that Lady Aliora has unfortunately decided to place her duties onto me. Fortunately, she did leave notes for the what's left of the cabinet of mirrors. Though she seems to be under the impression that what great magic once there has been diminished. Still, there are usable transit points there in which the mist seems to freely flow through. Once the equipment from the ships gets set up, it's only a matter of time before notes end.
Or something. Alright. Alright, let's take a look at this magical strap clasp thing.
Yeah. It looks like a regular, book lock strap, except for that there there is like a not so hidden radiant of magic, like visibly shimmering from it.
Let's start with an identify.
Okay. Enchantment. It is a variation on the arcane lock spell. Except it's to the strength of an actual like item enchantment. Versus say just someone casting the spell on it.
So it needs somebody really good with
Let's
locks.
see, with identify, it is coded by keyword in undercommon. I will say, concerning identify, single keyword. And yeah, single keyword. The book is also, due to its enchanted nature, is immune to fire, resistant to cold, absorbs necrotic, and resistant to slashing. So it's clearly been made rather robust.
So keyword in undercommon. Nothing in the notes screamed keyword to Tristan.
No problems. Good luck. Keep in mind, as with how there were, as to how there are multiple ways to say get the Legacy Stone. I'm just telling you what you've got from the identify. So
Yeah. We'll start with because Ro is better at this than I am. Quick glance through the notes again, just to see if there's anything that jumped out to him as a possible keyword. Kind of a deduce into it clue hunt roll. If that's all right.
what's that you said again?
Considering Ro's supposed to be better at this than I am, would it be possible to use an investigation roll in the notes, see if anything jumps out to him as like a possible keyword?
Okay. Yeah.
If not, I'll have to turn it over to Thomas and hope he can overcome his disadvantage. I think he's on a lot. Yeah. No, Zasha's also got locks. So. And probably has come across this kind of thing before.
So I'm pretty sure I can do locks, even at disadvantage.
Well, if you think you can, let's see what this investigation roll turns up, and then go from there. And if it doesn't give me anything useful, I'll hand it over.
Oh god. The only problem is my body is fighting me, and I keep having to get up and go to the toilet. So.
So, third and fourth.
Yep.
You notice that Aliora is slightly emboldened.
And Iliorum?
Aliora, yeah.
Ali.
The latch will undo itself.
Aha!
Um,
And then explodes.
are you going to open it?
Nothing came up for, traps or anything on the identify, so it probably doesn't have a glyph of warding or anything on it.
Champ, yeah, that would fall under champ.
That's it, you seem to be pretty yeah, that's abjuration. Okay, so. Alright, so yeah. I will open it.
Okay. When you open it, as you open the book,
A loud voice announces, "We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty." Sorry, couldn't help myself.
there are a series of overlapping lifts that appear in the air. Don't worry, they're not going to explode. They are. You can, however, sense that the glyphs are in some way magically appraising you. If you would like to deceive this, you can make an Arcana roll.
Yeah, that's not really good.
I thought it was good at Arcana.
I mean, I'm okay.
Can I assist?
Yeah. What way would you like to assist?
Oh, never mind. I'm not proficient in Arcana.
Okay. Do you have any spells that you think you could apply to aid him?
I might have a spell.
I'll cast guidance.
That's what I was about to cast, but sure, you can cast it.
Oh, you got it. I'll do something else.
Or I can cast Bless.
Bless wouldn't help here. Bless.
Yes, guidance. Sadly.
Okay. If guidance is being cast, you will get that extra d4.
Okay.
You.
Hold a minute in case Matt comes up with something else.
Nope, I just cast Guidance.
Okay. So it sounds like
That was literally the-
armor is also an idea.
I'm just going to provide an actual assistance bonus so he can have advantage.
If you have proficiency in Arcana, which I believe you do, yeah, you can do that.
Yep. Yes, I do.
Nope.
After all, I was kind of going through the map shenanigans, so I wouldn't be too far away from him to not be able to assist him.
Okay. With the assistance of Tarmalin and Armoros, you were able to, as it's appraising you, kind of figure out what it's looking for. As you collectively use your arcanic knowledges to essentially shroud the details of your existence, your composition, with something of a darker nature. The glyphs will disappear one at a time, and the pages are fine. And as a matter of fact, the words on the pages were shifting and echoing along the page, but are now solidifying into legible script.
Oh, you want an extra fancy book.
which I believe that'd be akin to the illusory script.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay. Reading the book. The book is written in a bit of a elegant script. I leave this job to you, Lorette, as I need to go tend with more important things uh, down in the Umbra. However, do not think this is me giving you something menial. What's left of the Chasm Mirrors, well, I have yet to find a way for it to uh, traverse me to other places in the world, still does have its uses. As here, I have found a conflux, and I will leave it to you and your flotilla to use it to our will. If you have it within your power to do so. We need to aid the energies at Ember Falls. Well, we are quite powerful. Some of us more than others. There is no shame in barring the greater concentrated power of existence to our own ends. The moon beckons, and I intend for us to be able to answer its call. Send me a message if you have any questions about the following notes. Just make sure they aren't dumb. The following pages have when I say magical script, I mean like Arcana studied levels of script that, in order to decipher, will need like at least a 25 to actually understand. That being said, there are portions that you don't need that level to understand. There are notes indicating that there are concentrations in the chasm mirrors that will transport you to to different areas as a form of kind of quick travel. There are also notes concerning concerning a magic basically a magical a magical symbol that can be used in theory with any one of these transportation areas to access a secluded area. There are it is noted that the particular symbol, like drawing of the symbol information, is on the folded note between pages 29 and 30. If you check there, that particular slip is gone. There is, however, a note in the book of a different script. So clearly not the same writer who wrote this. To give Glyph two assistants, as in those who assist. The really complex archonic stuff is likely instructions on how to manipulate the conflux to their own use. But in order for me to actually tell you what that is, you'll need to be able to decipher that, and it's a matter of expertise and not like a magical obfuscation. It's like, if you look at like high-end physics equations.
Yeah. All right. Well, that gives us at least a rough idea of what they might be doing here.
There is a separate sketch in this book, and I'm going to show you the image itself. Just imagine it's sketched, and that will be of this individual.
Oh, you look ominous. Any information or just the sketch?
It's a sketch, and there are little hearts next to the sketch. The style of sketching and the style of hearts must have been a third individual, because it's different from either of the two writing drawing styles.
Why did you just post a picture of how Thomas feels on the inside right now?
Let's hold the book up. Anybody recognize the Palazzo Osama?
Okay. I will actually need a history roll.
Anybody looking at
Anyone looking at the thing?
Anyone who cares to put in any mental effort in recognizing these cats at Villa Plaza Sama.
Is there any bonus for
being older than dirt?
Yeah.
Considering how obscure the grab is for this, no.
But you can guide yourself.
I will tell you that the DC is rather high.
But you can guide yourself.
That is true. You can guide yourself.
If the DC's high, I can't. No, I can give guidance to someone else, but I'll guide Bro, or anyone who has proficiency in history, which somehow I lost whenever I did the redo.
I imagine you're so depressed right now. You just lost proficiency. I know Armros is really good at it.
I think I shifted it from being history to more religion.
Ah.
So I have religious expertise.
I don't know why I rolled this high for this. But,
You still might need guidance, unless you have a good modifier, Kami. Oh, maybe 31 might be enough.
And yeah, Callie was really into the. So you gave her the guidance. I don't count that.
No, I gave it to you.
Okay.
She said she didn't need it.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's a 31. That's pretty damn good.
Okay. Amorous, I know you're good with history. Do you care to roll?
Did you fall back asleep?
Maybe. Okay.
If he did, he's not smart this time.
In that case, Kami. She rolled a 31. Congratulations, the DC was 30.
You have a new nemesis.
This sketch, you recognize the angles of the face and basically the facial structure, not so much the texture and warpedness that it is now. But you recognize the structure as being that of Lyratranos, which was a post post calamity individual 800 years ago who had proclaimed to be the king of elves, though that isn't historically true. But that did not stop stop him from showing showing his claim of power and magics by leveling the cities of warlords that had popped up more frequently in the earlier days of the post-cataclysm, as things were finalizing their nature into what they are now. Ultimately, the King of Elves was dethroned of that self-proclaimed position, not by any one individual, but a excuse me, but a group of what were then the bishops of the what is its full name? Shit. Of the Holy Republic of Umbra. put into terms that the players may better understand. You essentially were dealing with a elf that had like archfey levels of power.
Mm.
Clearly, post defeat, this elf has fallen into a ideal that does not necessarily include leveling warlords.
Mm.
Um, um, you are aware that apparently him now going by Lorette is a highly perceptive individual. Has magical defenses against a number of elements, including cold and radiant. Has a mind like a steel trap. And has mastery over over his specialty, which was that of lightning magic, meaning that there are some magical effects that he can just do.
So either this guy is going to be here, or the owner of this book just happens to be a big fan.
Well, as mentioned by the book, Aliora had essentially deferred her duties here in the here at this operation to Lorette.
Oh, okay.
And she was going to do something more important in what she phrased as the Umbral.
Okay. So I missed I missed the connection that was the same person. Okay.
Yeah. Which may or may not be a location reference.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that I can let you know with that roll? Okay. You are aware that some mastery of spells go to the extent of eschewing material components that it would otherwise need. Anything else that I can let you know? Favors the longsword.
So, powerful mage, sounds like possibly a capable fighter. Would be ruler turned cultist.
Yep, and clearly from the sketch, there's been massive amounts of either transmutation or some form of corruption.
Or it could be a suit, but yeah, more likely
Could be a suit.
more likely transmutation or corruption. All right, well, got an idea what's coming now. We don't know what we do about it that we wouldn't do, if we went in blind, but now we know.
At least you have some knowledge of what again of like what you're going to be running into.
Right, like I said, it's like we have knowledge of what we're running into now. I don't know why, how that would change what we were going to do if we had just gone in blind, but
just to kind of give a little more succinct rundown, you do know that whatever translocation areas that are in there, because it was mentioned that he would disseminate this to assistants, it's possible that there are black robes in there that have basically the key to a secluded area.
yeah. You mentioned that they got some kind of hideaway, hidey hole, possibly.
Yeah. which is something that I think you guys definitely would not know if you went in blind. And of course, roughly why they're there.
Yeah. Like I said, we have information. I'm just not sure at the moment how that information is going to change what we do.
Okay. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to kind of break it down. I know sometimes I'm not necessarily...
No. I understood. It's like, we know why. We know why they're here. We know they theoretically have some kind of base here now. That's, in some kind of pocket dimension or something. But at the moment, considering we were planning on just running in and whacking everything anyway, I don't know if this necessarily changes running in and whack everything.
Okay, if you're going to that level of brass tacks, probably not.
It's not like we can change spells on the fly or something to reconfigure for what we now know is in there, so... None of us are prep work type characters or classes.
Yeah. Except
for the cleric, who usually doesn't change his spells anyway. And would have to take a long rest to do that.
Terra surveying the now much closer mountainous area. It's clear she was listening, but she's not commenting on what you're saying. Though anyone with a passive insight of 17 or higher, though I'll just give this to... Oh no, he's not on the phone, so I don't need to tell him anything.
Wait, who's not on the call?
Oh, Armoros.
We're not sure if Eric's still with us.
If Armoros is on the call, then.
He's still connecting.
He's on the call.
Terra does seem a bit amped by the challenge that she's hearing.
Yeah.
But she's more kind of surveying what's off in the distance. Well, got a good sight. What was that?
Sierra setting my bot. No. Must be a different chat.
What?
Oh, okay. No, you're good. That was me, Boop, not a group Boop.
Okay. Looking at the This does look about the same. I know of 2 entrances on the higher end that would lead us down below. But that would mean somebody have to write on me, and I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
You said right on you?
Unless you want to exert energy flying. It's like Armoros, when I recall, can't fly on his own, not really.
No, he's got something that lets him pop wings. I don't know if they have a time limit or something, though.
I think they do.
Unless it's like 10 minutes or something.
Cricket. He's just not snoring this time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So now you have 3 options, at least readily available. You have Berth, where the Black Robe ships have allegedly docked, and you have 2 different points on the mountain, which are higher up on the mountain, that Terra is aware of, and she has a better look at the
But to get to those, we would have to leave the boat.
Yeah, you'd have to run ashore or what have you at the base if you want to climb, or if you have some form of flight. Terra could lead you.
Well, if I recall, everyone except Zasha has self-powered flight of some capacity.
That's about right, yeah.
so we could certainly make the
Yeah.
attempt at the climb slash, flight. And that's probably better than, sailing right into the middle of their ships that are all much bigger and, better armed than us.
Mm. Oh, fuck. My body has just said it's time.
Okay. Well, I would suggest then someone navigating to get out of the Firefall's zone.
I can roll for Sierra for that.
I don't know what I did to my body. Why my body hates me right now.
I blame the plane.
And I'd say it probably has something to do with travel and time zones and different food and all that.
I don't even think it has to do with different food. We're not eating that much stuff.
I'm guessing this is a Dex.
Yeah. Or something didn't see them.
No, it's the same either way.
Jesus.
Wow, really?
19 plus 12.
DC was 30.
Hmm?
Okay. It begins showering down rocks and lava. Like some take off the ship, like the really smaller pieces. Able to avoid the larger ones, only to find that the ones that hit the water have unfurled into more of those lava elementals, which chase the ship as Sergeant's ship is rapidly like full thrusting its aerial paddle wheels, and is moving around the around the water at high speed. Some of these creatures are kind of leaping towards the boat, not quite making it. As they are edging themselves closer. There is a plate of ice that you're able to get onto, and the creatures land on the ice, poised to attack the ship again, and then react as if they're being burned as steam is coming from the ice plate that they're now touching, and they scramble off of it back into the regular water.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like you just find some place to park.
Yep. Yep. You can find any place to park on the ice patrol if you want.
Okay. Someplace semi covered, so one, it can't be seen from like scouting, but more so since stuff is prone to falling, where it'll less chance of damaging the ship while we're gone.
Yeah, you'll find a little kind of like shelf
Okay.
of ice.
And tie it off so it doesn't drift. Anchor or whatever.
Float.
I don't know, weight anchor, whatever this particular thing does to not drift away. All right, up we go.
Given that you have gone through these events. Broken chair leg!
Woo, chair legs!
Oh. Oh.
We love us some chair leg memes.
You know what I just envisioned? I kind of really want to see now. A close-up on an open chest with the background clearly indicating like that of a dungeon, like a stone dungeon. The chest is like red and gold, is gleaming. Characters around it look excited, and what's inside are just a pile of chair legs.
Well, that was around 3 on the toilet.
Okay. I believe the option was flight.
Yep.
Tara is skeptical of giving Kit Kat a ride. You're under the impression that he hasn't like impressed her enough.
That's fine.
Do you remember that time when Tara was just a randomly rolled character?
I can pop fly on Zasha so that we can keep up.
Google. Again, you know, I like it when like, oh, things spiral. They're an NPC now.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
10 out of 10. Would not recommend whatever I did. I guess all I ate today was leftover Popeyes.
That's a problem. Leftover.
That could be some kind of food poisoning. Just, it doesn't take much.
But Chris ate the same.
Doesn't take much for chicken.
Chris
to
ate the same thing.
Just has to be, like 2 degrees off proper storage temp or something, and it turns on you. Chicken is volatile that way.
Okay, I am definitely dropping at 10 though. So.
Well, considering everybody else has dropped, that sounds like we're stopping at 10.
Oh, okay.
Well, Sierra blue screened again, and she's like, "That's my 4th one, and it's giving me a migraine and pissing me off, so I'm just done."
Well, I was getting irritated too. It's like, oh man, she keeps blue screening. So I'm like, I can't fix it.
Unless y'all want to just go ahead and call it here, since we just had the loot drop.
So we just had the loot drop. We are about to start scaling. Everybody, buddy seems to have dropped or gone to sleep, so this does seem like a logical.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay. So I hesitate because I find it kind of funny. It's like, no, I think my patient's pretty good because I'm about to. There's like what, almost hour and a half left for the actual encounter. So I was like, no, I feel like my patient's pretty good. But if people need to go, that's fine.
That's it. The problem is we've lost everybody. Yeah, your pacing was fine.
Which I hold no grudge against. It's just, I've recently been having some comments about pacing, so I was like, no, I feel like this is good.
No, this one, your pacing was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like it's kind of hard to move stuff forward with Thomas in the headspace he's in to be carrying any bit of the story right now.
Yeah, again, I perfectly understand that. In that case, then, just so I can do some fit and polish. One question then.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can of course delay this for a party decision. Do you want to go to entry point 1 or entry point 2. There's 2 different points on the map.
Do we know anything about those entry points to make that decision? Or?
They're different. They're different starting points and onto the next map.
Well, yeah. I mean, she said she could, that she knew of 2 entry points. Did she give us any information about those entry points? Like, one's a hidden cave on the eastern side that's kind of icy. The other's made of or something. Like, do we have any information to make that decision based around?
This may not be very helpful, but one is the north part of the next map. The 2 is the west part of the next map.
Okay, so they're just, as far as she is concerned, they are just 2 cave openings.
Yeah.
In which case, we can,
West.
Yep. West is as good as any based on that lack of information.
Yeah. Alternatively, I could have just rolled randomly.
You could have.
But I
thought she, considering she is in theory her place, I thought she might have a little bit more information on the different entrances.
Well, I mean, when we get to the next session, there may be more. We can wait till next session.
Yeah.
I was just kind of trying to think, if I could just do.
Well, I mean,
something.
Matt said West. I'm fine with West. So if you want to, for prep purposes, just stick us in the West. That's fine.
And I could easily move you guys around.
Yeah.
If you guys said otherwise. So.
Yeah. Or follow me on this for a second. You have 2 weeks to come up with any sort of differing information between the 2, and then we can start with next week as, hey, here's your choices, party.
Yeah, again, I don't mind that.
Because that might give us sort of a little bit more stuff to come up with.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Then on that bombshell,
Yeah, there is.
I'm going to go ahead and drop off.
Yeah, man.
Night.
Good night.